Hi there. I'm here with Maya. She was a presenter at the hip hop conference, and so I'm just gonna have her talk a little bit about who she is, where she's from, what she's talking about, all that good stuff. So, why don't you start off by just telling us who you are, where you're from, and what you're about.
Hi everyone, my name is Maya St. Cyr. I'm from the Winnebago and Omaha tribes of Nebraska, and I'm a transfer student at Fort Lewis College. I'm a senior here this year. I'm studying international business with a minor in Native American Studies. And why I wanted to do this, I'm the founder of Protectors of the Waters and Land here on campus, and why I did this was because, like I said, I'm a transfer student, but I transferred here from North Dakota, Sitting Bull College, and what I'm trying to do with Protectors of the Land is promote the No Dakota Access Pipeline, because it's being illegally built on a Standing Rock Sioux reservation, and that's in Fort Yates, North Dakota, and Cannonball, North Dakota is where it's actually happening. This past couple of weekends, there has been a lot of illegal activity using attack dogs, desecrating of 8 different ancient sites that they found. The archaeologists had actually, posted them off. I don't know what they do really. They go and they mark it all off, and it was all marked off, and there had been word from the camp that to the No Dakota Access Pipeline people, or the people that are doing the pipeline, and before the archaeologists could come in, the anthropologists and all that, they went with their bulldozers and totally desecrated all of the sites. And so that's why I'm trying to gain awareness for this. And like I said, I transferred from there. These people had helped me become the leader I am today, and the leader that you see here on Fort Lewis campus. And I wanted to help them, and basically I just wanted to have people to have clean drinking water. I don't feel that it should, I think it should be a natural right, to have clean drinking water, clean air, and clean land. And this is going to affect that in a whole bunch of different ways on the Standing Rock Sioux Reservation, but also for anyone that gets water from the Missouri River, and that's about 18 million people. And so that's why we're doing this.
Cool. That's awesome. I really support what you're doing. So how did you get involved with this movement? Was it kind of all self, or did you have people kind of started? Or?
Well, when I first, like I said, I went to school there, and this was happening last year, right? This all started last year. Maybe I think in 2014, I even think it may have started with the Keystone Pipeline, and that's what it was originally called. And then they changed the name so that they could get through all the legal hoops and jumps or whatever, so that they weren't breaking any laws, because they had stopped the Keystone Pipeline and officially legally stopped it. And so they changed the name to Dakota Access Pipeline so that they could keep doing it. And what had happened before was that Bismarck was going to have it through Bismarck. This was the original plan. And then Bismarck decided, the Bismarck people came together and said, we don't want our water to be contaminated. And so we're going to put it by the reservation instead, because it affects them and not us. And so we had been fighting this, and at Sitting Bull College, I went to a couple protests, and that was before anything had happened. This was just them talking about it. The tribe was talking about it, and I was a big part of their economic development there at the college, and I was trying to help merge the college and the tribe together, and that was happening. It was the conversations of the pipeline, and then I started to realize what was going on, but I didn't quite grasp it until I got here, and I found out what was going on up there from my friends, and that all this illegal thing was happening. People had come together, and now there's about, I want to say, like 190 some tribes that came together, and that's unheard of.
That's awesome.
Unheard of through history. And these are people that have hated each other for thousands of years, that are coming together and are working together, and there is no confrontation, and that is unheard of. This is how important this is, to give Mother Earth a voice, and to show what's been happening to her over these past years. She's just been dying, like literally been dying. And we're trying to stand up as natives. This is a prophecy that's coming to play. In a lot of tribes, they call it the 7th generation prophecy. And that means the 7th generation after being colonialized. And so my grandfather used to talk about this. And why I did this and why I felt the need to step up and finally do something about it was because, like I said, that 7th generation, but my birthday is 7/7/92. 9 minus 2 is 7. So that's for me, numbers are everything.
Right.
I see, I don't know, I've always been weird about numbers ever since I was little. You can ask my mom. And but I've always felt like there's something I've needed to do because I'm that 7th generation. And my grandpa had always been prepping me for it, and I feel like this is it. This is what I need to be doing, and I'm glad I'm doing it because it's raising awareness not only for the Standing Rock tribe, but for the Navajos, for here, the Animas River, the San Juan River, and also the coal mining and everything else that's going around Durango, you know?
Right.
And so I wanted to bring up all of these issues because it all affects Mother Earth in general. Like, it all affects her. And what I wanted to do was give her a voice, because she doesn't have a voice. And what I did was come together with a group of Indigenous women, because I feel that they are the closest that we have to projecting a voice for Mother Earth, you know? Right. Because she goes through the same things we go through, and but we have a voice. And we have been silenced for years as Native American women, but we actually have a voice now, and I feel that we can use it to help her. And so that's what I did, and I came with Denise White, Taylor Cook, Courtney Collins, Saratha Large, Georgie Pago. I can't say her last name. I always get her last name all messed up. But there's all these women, and I had met them in my Native American Studies classes that I took last semester for Indigenous Feminism Rising class. Okay. And I loved their passion. I loved what they did, how they thought, and I thought, why not create a system of women that are worried about our future, you know, that want to make a change, because we are the future. I see that. We are the next generation. We're going to come into these positions that all these people are messing up, you know? Right. So we're basically going to be the ones to clean up the mess. So I didn't want to do that.
Cool. So growing up and kind of coming into this, who or what was like your main inspiration to kind of taking action and becoming the leader that you have become?
I've had many people have asked me this, and it's a hard question, but based off of my teachings and everything from my grandfather, I look at the past, but I also look at the future, and the future is my goddaughter, my stepdaughter, my nieces and my nephews. I do it for them. Everything I do for them, because I want them to have a better future. I want them to know that their limits, they don't have any, you know? People say they have limits and they set all these limits, but there's really none. The sky is the limit, you know, the stars, the whatever. And I want to show them that there's more than just life off of the reservation, you know? And I wanted to show them that they can be and do whatever they want to do. And that's why I'm doing this, is because education, and anything's possible through education. And but I do it for them. Everything I do for them, because I had a hard time when I was little, and I didn't have quite all the role models that I wish I would have had. And but I look up to my mom, my dad, my grandfather. And they're the ones that have molded me into the person I am today. And my mom always talks about focusing on the children, because the children, they're everything. They're what's gonna what's gonna carry on what we started, you know. So I have to do it for them.
Yep. Future generation in the world. Just any last remarks, any advice you'd like to give to people to help them get involved or help them understand what, or any way to be a part of it?
Really, if you can't donate, if you can't be at the rallies, we're also having a rally on the 10th with Indigenous Peoples Day.
Okay.
We're gonna have the Real Americas are having their Indigenous Peoples Day. They invited a tribe called Red to come and perform.
Oh, yeah.
And that's on October 10th. And also on that day, I've been talking to people all around the world, and we've been trying to come up with a national Standing in Solidarity and Prayer Day for Standing Rock. And I think it's the 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th that they're going to be doing it for the 4 directions. That's what the 4 days signify. And but we're going to do it here on campus on the 10th. And we're going to do a rally that starts at 8 o'clock. And we're going to do it on campus, and then we're going to lead into their Indigenous Peoples Day with the rally. And then we're asking people to wear blue or green on that day. And if you can't come, send a prayer. Send a prayer up. Just because we want them good vibes. We want energy is everything.
Right,
and so and that's what we're trying to create is positive energy, positive media, everything positive, because this is something that we're not protesters, we're protectors. And we're protecting Mother Earth. We're giving her a voice, like I said. And that's all. I just want to encourage people to save water, at home. If you turn off the water. If it's yellow, let it mellow. If it's brown, flush it down. Stuff like that. Just simple stuff like, just learning to preserve water, learning to recycle more, learning to reuse things, or give it to Goodwill, stuff like that. Just simple stuff that we could do here and make a huge difference. And, or don't drive your car for a day, or don't buy gas for a week, or certain stuff like that. It's simple things that we could do to make a huge difference. And that's what I've been trying to get across to people, is that you don't have to be there to support them. You don't have to literally be there. You can just be here in prayer, and that's good enough. Like, that's perfect. Be
conscious of it, and
be conscious of your surroundings. Be conscious of what Mother Earth's telling you, basically. And that's what another point that I wanted to talk about was that Mother Earth is giving us signs everywhere. And especially the big-ass earthquake that we just had in Oklahoma, off the charts. And in northeast Nebraska, where I'm from, that's by South Dakota and Iowa, right?
Right.
And we felt it up there. Our whole house shook. And so that's a sign. That's a huge sign that the tectonic plates are being disrupted. And so if you're a science geek like I am, you know that those tectonic plates shift, and there's a big old underground volcano in Yellowstone. And if those tectonic plates shift enough, it can erupt that. And that's what they've been talking for years, that it's bound to happen anytime now. And with this progressing, like the fracking and everything, it's bound to happen even sooner. And so I just keep reiterating to people that this stuff is real. All of this stuff, climate change and everything, is due to us. What we're doing to Mother Earth, and she is retaliating, and she will retaliate, because my grandpa has always said that she's a very fair person. And she will retaliate, and I'm wondering how and when, and it's just going to be interesting to see how she's going to retaliate, because I believe that this overpopulation of the world also has a lot to do with it. And so we'll see what happens, but I hope it's for the best, and I hope that the United States sees that this foreign oil is not good for us, and it isn't even benefiting anybody in the U.S. It's benefiting people in Canada, and at the expense of millions of people's lives and drinking water. And so I just want education to be brought out. I just want people to really know what the consequences are, what really is going to happen, not the glorified whatever romantic version of what they think is going to happen. This is not the history books, people. Like, everything is romanticized in U.S. history, but this is real deal stuff, and this is happening, and the tribes are the only ones that have been standing up to help, along with Black Lives Matter, because they've been up there as well helping. And then that's another thing I want to get across is if we work together as people, we can get great things done.
Right. So
And
holding this hostility towards each other.
it's not worth it.
Anywhere,
Yeah,
so.
it's just a circle that's broke, you know, and it's not going nowhere. It's just falling off. But we need to fix that circle so that we're all connected and we're all on the same page.
Seriously.
Yeah. So that would be what I want to say.
Cool. Awesome.
And thanks for interviewing.
Yeah, thank you. Be there October 10th. Wear blue and green.
Yes.
And
Send
what
up
time
your
is it at?
prayers. It's at 8:00.
8 o'clock. Cool. Thank you.
See you there.
See ya.